welcome to my channel. So this is going to be another PC build list, or build guide. And again, we're using PC Part Picker. That's just my favorite site to do this on. And today we are doing the best 1440p gaming machine for under $1,500. So I think we have a pretty solid list of components here. So for the CPU, I do apologize if you hear a lawnmower or any noise in the background. They're mowing the lawn out here. But anyways, for the CPU, I was going to go with the 5800X 3D, but it's nearly double the price of the 5800X. And it's still a solid gaming CPU, so I went ahead and put that in there because the price on that has gone down quite a bit in the last month. So at $257, it's not too bad. And to go with that, we picked out the Be Quiet Dark Rock Pro 4. It is an excellent cooler, and it will be beefy enough to handle any CPU you pretty much can throw at it. And if you decide to upgrade to AM5 a couple years from now or whatever, then this will work for that too, as the AM5 platform still supports AM4 coolers. So that's nice. There's future upgradability there. And then for the motherboard, we picked out a beefier motherboard. Something that had some decent VRM cooling, something with BIOS flashback, because you may or may not need that with the Ryzen chip. Now, considering that AM4 is kind of like pretty well established at this point and everything, now you should be able to just put the CPU in and boot it up. But worst case scenario, you just go download the most recent BIOS update for this motherboard, plug it into the back, hit the BIOS flash button, and there you go. Don't even have to have a CPU in there. So it's $170, a little bit pricey, but you're getting a good product for the price. And for RAM, we actually went with the exact same RAM that I have in my personal rig. We went with the G-Skill Ripjaws 5, 16 gigabyte kick, 2 8 gig sticks, of course, and it is 3600 megahertz CL16, so really fast RAM, and it's well worth it. It definitely bumped up my system's performance for sure, and you can always add more RAM down the road too if you choose to do so. And for storage, we went ahead and picked out a Western Digital Black SN770 1 terabyte M.2 drive. It's one of the cheaper ones I could find that I know is still reliable and still has a good amount of storage. And it's $100 on Amazon, and it has Prime shipping. And yeah, you can always upgrade this, or you can add another one down the road, because the motherboard that I picked out does have 2 M.2 slots. So you can always add more storage down the road, or if you need an extra hard drive, if you're a content creator and you need a really massive drive, you can always add that too. But that will get you started off really well. And then for the GPU, I did look around at the RTX NVIDIA cards. They're still just too high in price right now for me to recommend, when you can get similar performance at a cheaper price out of the Radeon cards. And I mean, I have one in my system, and I know a lot of people have, you know, their biggest concern is the driver issues. And I'll be honest, I've had 0 driver issues with my Radeon card. So, you know, you just need to make sure that you have the latest update for your graphics, and check it frequently, because AMD does seem to do updates more frequently than NVIDIA. But we picked out the Sapphire Radeon RX 6800 16 gigabyte, and this is a solid card. It will get you really good 1440p performance. If you're looking to hit that 120 hertz or 144 hertz mark, this will do that for you. So super solid card. And it comes in at $560. And then for the case we picked out, I did quite a bit of looking around for a case that I would personally recommend. And this is one of them that I picked out. It is the Corsair 4000D Airflow. It's an ATX mid-tower case, and it is $105. And that is a pretty solid price range to stick with if you want a nice looking case, but something that also is functional in terms of airflow and cable management and whatnot. And the Corsair 4000D Airflow is an excellent choice for that. And then lastly, for the power supply, this is another one where I did quite a bit of searching around. Now, this one is a small form factor. Yeah, it's a small form factor power supply, which is not needed since we do have an ATX case, but it was one of the cheaper ones that I saw that I liked, and it's gold rated, and it's 750 watts, so there is some upgradability there as well. And that will support pretty much any components that you could put in your system, unless you in the future decide to go with like RTX 3090 or an RTX 4090 or 4080, you know, something that's going to have really high power draw. Then you're going to want to look at least 1,000 watt to 1,200 watt power supply. But if you're sticking in that mid-range for graphics cards, this will do you very well, and it'll last it'll last you quite a while. So, excellent power supply, and the total of everything comes up to $1,443.37. Now, that is not including Windows 10, but what you can do is go to kingwin.net, and they have excellent prices on their Windows OEM keys. You're looking at between 15 and 25 bucks instead of paying $150, $200. Excellent deal. There's some other sites out there that have the same offers, but kingwin.net is the one that I've always used, the one that I've always trusted. But yeah, so instead of paying a mint, you can go there, get a legitimate key for super cheap, and you're good to go. So all in all, with the Windows key, you're looking at about $1,463 to $1,470. So this is an excellent build for anybody who is looking for a mid to high end system that can run really good 1440p settings and doesn't want to spend upwards of $2,000. This is a really good choice, and I highly recommend these parts. And I will put the link to this part list in the description, as well as the link to my Patreon if you want to check that out, or if you want to donate. It is there as an option. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy these part lists I do once in a while. But this is Anubis Tech and Games, and I'll catch you on the next one.